All praise be to the Most High. I'm Brother Will.
I'm Brother Pat. We're from Unity in the Spirit. Today we're going to go over how to honor and keep the Sabbath day holy.
And the first scripture we're going to start off with is in Genesis 2, verse 2. And it reads, "And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made." Verse 3. "And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made."
Now you see God, this is on the day of creation. On the seventh day, God sanctified the seventh day and he rested. So this goes into the Sabbath day. Is going to be on the seventh day. It's supposed to be a day of rest. But a certain thing on the Sabbath day that you're supposed to do to honor it and keep it holy. Let's jump into
Exodus 31. We're going to go to Exodus 31 and start at verse 13.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. Exodus 31, verse 13. "Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Sabbaths you shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doeth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant."
Now see, this is a perpetual covenant that God made through the children of Israel and himself on the Sabbath day. How to honor the Sabbath day. You see right here it says you should do no work on the Sabbath day. 6 days you do all your work, but on the Sabbath day you should not supposed to work. You're supposed to rest and stay in prayer and go over scriptures and be in spirit with the Father.
Amen. Next scripture we're going to go into is Exodus 20. And we're going to start at verse 8. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Exodus 20, verse 8. "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it."
And this is this guy reiterating how to honor the Sabbath day. You see, he's saying again, you got 6 days to get all your work done, and on the seventh day you must rest. So no working on the Sabbath day. That's how you honor the Sabbath day. You should not be doing no working. The next scripture, Exodus 35?
Exodus 35 and 3. This is about no cooking.
Okay, 35 3.
35 and 3. Exodus 35 and 3. "Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day."
So kindle a fire means cooking. You know, you need a fire to cook. You should not be cooking on the stove, the grill. You shouldn't be making any type of fire to cook on the Sabbath day. That's how you honor also Sabbath day. There's no working and there's no cooking. Now you can eat on the Sabbath day. It shows you how you prepare your food. Let's go to Exodus 16. You're supposed to get all your stuff ready before the Sabbath a day ahead.
All right. Exodus 16, starting at verse 22. And it come to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for 1 man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe. And that which remaineth over lay up for you to keep until the morning.
Now this is saying cook twice as much as you will cook on the day right before the Sabbath. So Sabbath starts Friday night sundown. So it's saying on Friday night sundown, you should be cooking twice as much because you can have food for the next day. It'll be leftovers for the next day. Because you can't kindle no flame of fire on the Sabbath day. So it shows that you prepare cooking for that Saturday on Friday. You prepare as much so you will have your food ready to eat for Saturday.
Let me just finish that out from 24 to 26.
Okay.
All right, from 24. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find you shall not find it in the field. 26. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none.
Want to break that down right there for him?
In it there shall be none. And 24, and it says, and they laid it up till the morning. That's whatever you get. Make sure you lay it up till the morning. And Moses bade, and it did not stink. So therefore the Lord Most High blessed them, and that they didn't rot their food out for them. And Moses said, Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today you shall not find it in the field. And here's the kicker right here in 26. 6 days ye shall gather it. So you have 6 days to do what you got to do, but not on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, but on the Sabbath day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. No work on the Sabbath day. So whatever you do, God gave you 6 days to do whatever you got to do. But on the 7th day is a high holy day, is what we should, no work in that we should not do.
So to honor the Sabbath day.
We can roll on to no buying and no selling on the Sabbath. And that's in Nehemiah 10:31.
Nehemiah 10, I'm turning there. Nehemiah 10:31. Read that for you. And if the people of the land bring ware of any or vehicles on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year in the excavation of the year that.
Yes, yeah,
that's every day.
Yeah, and that's just straight to the point. No buying on the Sabbath day. No buying, not whatsoever. You should not be buying. You should not be selling nothing on the Sabbath day. That's straight to the point. We can go to, here's a good one. When does the Sabbath start? And that's in Nehemiah 13.
Nehemiah 13, you want to start at 18?
Yes, sir.
Nehemiah 13, verse 18. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet you bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates that they should not burden be brought in the Sabbath day. So the merchants and sellers of all kind were of lies without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them and said unto them, Why lie ye about the wall? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath.
Yeah, there it is. Nehemiah's a bad man. But there it is right there for you. We should not be trying to buy nothing on the Sabbath, what we just went over. And now inside Nehemiah, Nehemiah 13. What was that?
Yeah.
Nehemiah 13
and 18 we just read from
is when the Sabbath is supposed to start. From sundown Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know there's a, what do you call it, as time changes. There's going to be times that change. And depending on what time zone you in. So everybody's not going to be shutting down at 6:30. Every time zone has its different time for sundown, when the sun goes down. So that's what you should be paying attention to.
Sunset.
When the sun sets. Yes, correct. So, but sundown Friday to sundown Saturday is the Sabbath. Is the Sabbath. Can we go into what can we do on the Sabbath day? And that's in Leviticus 23, verse 3.
Leviticus. The 23?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, 1 through 3, there's 1 through 3.
You can do 1 through 3. You can do 1 through 3.
Leviticus 23, start at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are the feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. And holy convocation ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
In all your dwellings, there it is for you. And on the 6 days, Moses spoke unto the concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation. Holy convocation. We just stick with that word, holy. God says that I am holy as you are holy, which means that we should be set apart. So, which is the Sabbath day should be a holy convocation. This day should be set apart. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Sabbath is all about. A day that should be set apart. To have what a holy convocation is, meaning a gathering of people in like mind. Not just gathering with anybody and going to the movies or going anywhere. No, that's to gather with people in like-minded, just like you are, that wants to keep the Sabbath holy. And right there, anything you want to add on that?
That was good. Got one more, I think we're going to start in Amos. Amos 8.
Amos 8.
Read verse 5. And read verse 5 and 6 for you. Amos 8.
Amos 8, 5 and 6. Saying, verse 5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balance by deceit, that we may buy the poor for silver and the needy for a pair of shoes, yea, and sell the refuse of the wheat.
And this is also on the Sabbath day. This is about no buying. And it also goes into no buying and selling on the Sabbath day. Like I said, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you should be doing no working. You should be doing no cooking. You should be doing no buying. You should be doing no selling. You should be resting and having a holy convocation unto the Lord. That's how you honor and celebrate the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
Praise be to the Most High, Israel. We just wanted to give you a little 10-minute clip on how to keep the Sabbath holy. All praise.
All praises.